Welcome to Knowledge Base. We have a question before us today. It says, a scientist uses a scale Y for measuring temperature. In this scale, pure water melts at 10 degree Y and boils at 130 degree Y at standard atmospheric pressure. The scientist measures the temperature at which sodium melts to be 127 degree Y. Express this temperature in the degree Celsius scale. These are the options to choose from. So let's dive right into it. Every thermometer that is used to measure in any scale have the boiling point and the melting point. So let us look at the Y scale used by the scientist in this case. We are told that the boiling point of the Y scale is 130 degree Y, while the melting point is 10 degree Y. However, in between 10 and 130 degree, he measured a temperature of 127 degree Y. Now, we are told to convert this temperature of 127 degree Y into a temperature in degree Celsius scale. So, we've described the thermometer the scientists used, and now we are going to compare it to the degree Celsius scale of thermometer. Now, this is the degree Celsius scale. The boiling point of water in degrees Celsius is 100. The melting point is 0. So we want to find a temperature X that matches the 127 degree Y of the scientist scale. So what is the equivalent in degrees Celsius of the 127 degree Y of the scientist scale? That is basically what the question is saying. So looking at these two thermometers, you find out that they are similar. So we are going to solve for S by simply equating ratio of similar intervals. By ratio of similar intervals, I mean we are going to take the interval between 10 to 127 as a ratio to 10 to 130 and equate it to similar interval on this ratio. This is what I mean. The interval between this and this is simply 127 minus 10. That is what we have here. The ratio means divided by the interval between this and this is 130 minus 10. The interval between the boiling point of a thermometer and the melting point of the thermometer is what we call the fundamental interval. So for this thermometer used by the scientists, the fundamental interval is simply 130 minus 10, and that is 120 at the denominator here. So this is the ratio formed from the scale of the scientist's thermometer. Now let's equate this to the same similar interval on the degree Celsius scale. If we did the interval from 127 to 10, similarly we should be taking the interval from X to 0 on the degree Celsius scale and taking the ratio to the interval between 100 and 0. So this becomes equal to, by comparison, the similar intervals we have x minus 0 matching 127 to 10, divided by 100 minus 0 to match 130 minus 10. So we have now equated the ratio of similar intervals. Now you discover that the fundamental interval of the degree Celsius scale is 100, because 100 minus 0 is 100. The boiling point is 100, the melting point is 0. So the difference between the boiling point and the melting point of the degree Celsius scale gives us the fundamental interval of the degree Celsius scale, and that is 100. So if we solve this problem from here, we can get the value of x. 127 minus 10 gives us 117. 130 minus 10 gives us 120, and that is equal to x minus 0 is x, 100 minus 0 is 100, which is the fundamental interval. At this point, to find the value of s, we just cross multiply. 120 times s gives us 120s equal to 117 times 100 gives us 11700. To find the value of s, we divide both sides by 120. and that gives us 120 divided by 120 will give us x, and 11700 divided by 120 will give us 97.5 degrees Celsius. So the value of x is equals to 97.5 degrees Celsius. That is the value in the degree Celsius scale that corresponds to the 127 degree Y of the scientist's Y scale. So the correct answer is option B. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching.